Guess what, everybody? It is New Year's Eve, so this means we are going to come to you live with some of our favorite moments for WWE, AEW, and TNA. That's right, guys. It's going to be a year review of some of the best wrestling moments in the major brands.
AEW, TNA, and WWE. One of these things are not like the others. One of these things suck.
You decide which is what. So, we're going to start off with Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley.
Oh, God. Mostly to get it out the way, because Christ.
We're just going to call it the on the way out match.
Train wreck is what it is.
That's...
You know, I'm trying to understand, what is Jon Moxley trying to accomplish?
He's trying to be a perfect combination of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, because, I mean...
But his angles suck. And I'm not saying, like, just to be a heel. I'm saying that because they suck. And listen, there's a reason why Brock Lesnar didn't want to do that match with him. Because death matches are terrible. They're lazy. And they don't really tell a story whatsoever. Like, what was the whole point of Daniel Bryan? Bryan Danielson? Daniel Bryan? It's one of those moments.
The American Dragon. Just go with it. And he just had... John...
Stop. Just stop. Just listen.
The death thing.
Forget that.
Let's talk about this for a second.
Let's hold off on the death thing. Let's go for the whole reason why he started this in the first place. His whole gripe was that AEW had too much ego going on in the roster. Can we not call the kettle black?
Dude, the ego that you spew out every time you enter into the arena is insane.
Like, it just sucks the energy out.
It's sucking all of it out. And in your squad that you have there, the Death Riders, dude, seriously, the death thing, you need a hug. You need a hug, my friend.
It's like if someone in high school wanted to make a metal band and said, what can our metal band be? Death Riders, obviously.
Because what's more emo than that? And then, I'm going to say it now. And I'm never a heel. He's the heel. But, Marina Shafir.
I don't know how to say her name. It's not.
Listen here, you Rhea Ripley, Timu, bootleg, Becky Lynch, couldn't really get into a match. If you really wanted to.
Yeah, how tall is Marina Shafir?
Not on my level.
That's kind of the problem for a lot of AEW people. Like Jack Perry. And I originally didn't want to talk about Jack Perry.
We're going to talk about it.
But I don't see him as a heel. I don't see him as a tough guy. He's 5'10". This one is 5'10".
5'10".
I'm 6'4". I don't see him as a problem. Like, at all.
I mean, dude, I'm basically a marshmallow. And that guy, he's fluff. Fluff.
But overall, the match, honestly, Bryan carried it.
He did carry the match.
There's nothing more to say. Even though he almost got murdered.
Cringy. Cringe.
But again, Bryan was the main thing. On to the next.
All right, so the next part of our list, and I feel that it has to be talked about since it's still happening now. It's that long storytelling. It is the destruction of the New Day. Now we have the New Day.
Would it technically be the old New Day? Because they were heels when he started.
They were heels. But it's like that moment.
That was kind of hard. Like,
that was hard to watch.
I can't bring myself to watch people with sad faces. Like, I don't know how good of an actor Big E is, but in that moment right there, I felt bad.
Got me right here.
Like,
all in mi corazón.
We don't even know if he's actually gonna come back to wrestle. We don't know if he's ever gonna be able to wrestle again. So it's kind of heartbreaking to have an angle like this.
Yeah.
Which is, kudos to, again, WWE.
Congrats.
This is how you make stories.
Yes.
You gotta have a long time thing going on here. This is long time storytelling, and this is what WWE does. And right now, we do not know where we're gonna go from here. And I like that. I'm scared, but I like it.
Listen, the fact that right now people are loving Dominic Mysterio over Xavier Woods, I mean, come on. Dirty Dom.
It's the mustache.
It's not the stash.
It's the mustache.
It is not the stash.
Look, I can't do it, but he has it going.
He does not.
Tom Selleck, who?
I'm over the mullet.
The mullet stays.
His mullet needs to go.
Everything he does is perfect.
The only mullet that I appreciate, Jey Uso.
Nah. On to the next.
Okay, so since I did bring up Jey Uso, we're going to have to go with the return of Roman Reigns. The OTC.
Yeah, about that.
No, there's no about that. There's the OTC is back, okay? He went to the island of relevancy to, recover, and he returned just in the nick of time to show the people exactly what we needed.
Yeah, that's not the thing that I'm talking about.
But also, with his return,
elephant in the room.
We're getting there. Right. With his return, it brought up a lot of who's gonna come back, who's gonna come into the bloodline, which we
nearly broke the internet of wrestling. At least that was an accident. It wasn't planned at all. I asked a simple question, and no faults of anybody involved.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we might include a link down below.
All I know is
take a peek. We'll wait right here.
All I know is I woke up one day and this one calls me and says, "Oh my God, Squeaks, look online. People are talking about us.
We need to fix this." So we
respectfully removed the video,
of course,
because we didn't know what brought up.
It is our journalistic integrity
to honor the wishes of who we interviewed, and he requested that it be taken down, and we took it down. But it was all over the place. It
still ran all over, and it was a thing.
It's such a thing that we can't even mention it here.
Can't fully mention, but again, the link might be below.
It's gonna be below. It's absolutely gonna be below.
Just follow.
And that's my bad.
But back to what we're talking about here with the return of Roman Reigns. So now you have the OG bloodline, and you have the new bloodline.
With
we are not
special guest.
we're, we are not gonna acknowledge Solo as the tribal chief. I refuse. We're not gonna do it. I'm not. I know you see the shirt. I know you see it. That is the tribal chief.
Yep. I always wondered, does it look like the Hardy Boys?
No.
Logo? No?
Almost Spider-Man like, but I appreciate that. Anywho.
On to the next.
On to the next. So we're going to take it back across and we're going to talk about, you know, the moment that people were waiting for. It was a certain free agent that was out there and there was hints being dropped here and there. And it was the signing of Bobby Lashley to AEW, which gives us the revival and the new Hurt Syndicate. Personally, I'm excited for this. You have MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley all back together on AEW, and business is picking up and looking great.
Unless you turn the camera to the hard side, where it's empty. And I honestly feel, TK, Mr. Tony Khan, sir, stop messing with people. Like, you have 3 guaranteed superstars that should be squashing everybody they go against. There's no reason any of them should lose more than they win. Yeah. Shelton should be winning. Shelton 100%. Should probably have a belt right now. I mean, you had Okada come in, wrestle no matches, and on his first match, win a championship.
It's crazy. It doesn't make sense.
Shelton's more athletic than he is.
Way more athletic than he is. Personally, I'm a fan of Shelton. Always have been. Gold standard? Come on, this guy's a great guy right there. I have questions, which I feel like, hey TK, Mr. Khan, I would like to request that, allow us to just, come to a press conference one day.
It's not like you don't have room.
There's space.
It's a lot of space.
Just opportunity, Keeks and Squeaks, just press pass. It's come on, just two.
You have literally nothing to lose.
Exactly. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's literally nothing that we can do that your talent is not already doing.
I think it would be great for business.
That is not their line. That's the other guys.
Yes. But for the Hurt Syndicate, we hurt people. I'm not hurting anyone. I am.
But you want to hurt Marina Shafir.
I do. Personally, Tony Khan, I say book the match. But we'll come back to that another time after I get some press passes. Let's see.
Moving on.
So moving on, we're going to also go into some other big highlight moments. Because it was a lot going on this year.
So honorable mentions.
So our honorable mentions. WWE, that WrestleMania. First of all, applaud Paul Levesque for after getting everything under your belt and coming up with a great 2-night show. You gave us a lot of things. You gave us the great moment of Sami Zayn beating out Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, which was an amazing moment.
Yes. How ominous is it to have a man's reign be 666 days?
It is a little we're not going to talk about that. And also the story being finished for Cody Rhodes beating out Roman Reigns for the championship. But we have to say, with those two moments there, the greatest moment, and I'm sure people who watch WWE and feel the same way that I feel, hearing Samantha Irvin announce those moments. Get you a little choked up inside. And with that being said, with her now retiring, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be different. But Samantha Irving, thank you. You are our people. We love you, girl. Go out there and win. Go win. Next one. We had the great moment for the women. Because, of course, we're going to talk about the women. We had the fun moment of having the TNA Knockout Champion enter number 5.
Not just that. And you know what? I'm going to cut in here and say that people like to give WWE a lot of flack. A couple years ago, it would have been impossible for anyone to mention anything other than WWE on WWE programming. Now, not only are we mentioning the fact that she is the TNA Knockouts champion, she actually had that title with her on WWE networking.
Yes.
This is a good thing.
It is a good thing. So I do appreciate that we are actually including TNA in WWE now. This comes up for some great matches that they're going to continue to have, because I know a lot of TNA wrestlers have been on NXT. So having her come in at the number 5 spot for the Women's Royal Rumble, and then also bringing back Naomi, who came in at the number 2 spot.
Also an honorable mention.
Also a part of our honorable mention. Entering into the Women's Royal Rumble. I can't wait to see what happens for the next one. This could be really interesting.
Oh, I've heard there's going to be some interesting entrants for both men and women's Royal Rumble.
So hopefully Jordan Grace, who was the TNA Knockouts champion, does get a chance to come back, because she actually, girl can go.
So
she's tiny, but
there's a lot of people who would like to work with her. There's a lot of people that would like to work with her.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to see her in NXT or main roster appearances, whatever they feel like they should put her in. I'm all for it.
All for all of that.
She's hot. Muscle mommy.
And also, as my own personal honorable mention, we're going to go with the beautiful story of Rhea Ripley and Jey Uso.
Oh God, it's not really a story.
It is a story. It's a love story.
It's not at all.
So, mommy, just...
Oh, I want to have an honorable mention. I just thought about it. I've always been a fan of these guys, and it was amazing to see them not only come to WWE, but win the tag team championship belts. Motor City Machine Guns.
Honorable mention, yeah.
Those guys appearing on WWE TV is amazing. And having all their acknowledgments, all their accolades acknowledged on WWE Network is amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Even if they are a transitional team, a transitional championship, and personally, unfortunately, since I work on Fridays, I don't know what's going on SmackDown. She tells me everything that goes on SmackDown, but I am hoping that they are there long term to
Yeah.
push that division.
Personally, I want to thank them for giving us the heel version of DIY. Thank you.
And that's my honorable mention.
So great.
That is my honorable mention.
Great.
I love those guys. They're cool.
Okay.
They're pretty awesome stuff.
So time to give out some wonderful awards. So first Keeks and Squeaks award will go to the breakout star of the year.
This is going to be controversial because a lot of people
is.
would think another guy is the dude who should have this award, but it's not.
We're going to say his name after,
Yeah.
but we just have to say this correctly, and I'm going to do this correctly because the award goes to say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Because really, have you ever heard such a louder pop? Now, going back to what I just said about, the Motor City Machine Guns and people saying that WWE doesn't do blah, 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 blah in the indie scene, how is it possible that someone who was not well known randomly shows up and gets the pop of the year? How is it possible that people who watch WWE, apparently they don't watch anything else, know who Joe Hendry is?
Exactly. That man is amazing.
And it was, I'm pretty sure, the most viewed debut of the year.
It was.
So that's why he's getting the breakout star of the year. And I know what you're saying, people.
Oh, it should be Will Ospreay.
And I like the aerial assassin.
Me
However,
too.
I think Ricochet is 10 times better than Will Ospreay. I think he is the one who does that style better, smoother, cleaner
I agree.
than Will Ospreay. And you guys can argue with me all you want. I'm just going to tell you again that go look at their New Japan matches, look at their independent matches when they are going against one another and see who does what cleaner and smoother
And
than
they
the other
just
person.
had a match. They just had a match for the Continental Classics, which I think that match was amazing. But of course, the winner at the end of the day was Ricochet.
He won?
Yeah, Ricochet won.
Ricochet won.
Ricochet beat Will Ospreay. Now,
Again, I work, so I don't know what's going on.
there was a little bit of controversy.
Is this the thing with the toilet paper? That I saw. Thank you, YouTube.
A little bit of controversy. If he did or didn't kick the referee into the ropes.
Oh, it was not the toilet paper.
He didn't.
I don't know. I was hoping it was the toilet paper. That's funny.
Again, heel Ricochet.
Oh, actually, I do want to
Thank you.
add. I do want to add, just like I said with the Hurt Syndicate, Tony Khan. Listen to me. You have Ricochet. All right. He should have a belt. 2025. He needs a belt.
I agree.
And I go one step further and say that it should be on the main show. I'm not talking about him going to New Japan and winning a belt. I'm not talking about him going to Ring of Honor to ring a belt. No, he needs to either win the TBS title, the Continental title? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So here's
Or
the
the
thing
AEW
about
World Champ. But
here's the thing about the Continental Classics, because you still have him on the gold, and on the blue side you have Shelton Benjamin. So
I have no idea how this thing works.
we're gonna see how it all plays out.
But again, if he does not win this, he absolutely needs to win the TBS title. Who has the TBS title right now? Oh, Daniel Garcia. We were there. We were there for that.
So
Again, Daniel Garcia versus Ricochet.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be Daniel Garcia versus Shelton, because Shelton already called him out.
Darn it.
Shelton,
All right,
we
then.
hurt people.
All right, fine. Then him winning that title and Ricochet wins the other one.
All right then. Now, next on to our awards. match of the year. And this is going to have to go to WWE with the CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell for Bad Blood. Come on, people.
Cannot say there was a better match.
You cannot say that match was amazing.
No. It was not Hangman and Swerve. I don't care how many syringe needles goes into a man's face. That's not wrestling. That's just, I don't know what that is. I don't know who even to cheer for in that match. Who is the bad guy?
Just a horror movie.
They are both evil people who are trying to out-evil each other. And at some point, you got to make me care, but you haven't. I don't care about that rivalry. You can tell me it's the greatest rivalry in AEW, and I'll tell you AEW is only 5 years young. Who cares? Nobody really cares. I don't care. I do not care. But CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
I care.
That was...
Oh my gosh.
How do you have a rivalry throughout the year? The two men do not fight, and it's still some of the best TV that you got.
Again, thank you, Paul Levesque. We appreciate you. Long storytelling. Thank you. And then, appearance of the year. The award goes to the Wyatt Six. Yeah, we're going WWE again. When the Wyatt Six appeared
and murdered people, literally murdered people on TV.
You can't tell me that they didn't kill people.
They killed everyone.
Chad?
The fact that Chad was brought back to life with the Dragon Balls, it doesn't make any sense, but he died. They all died in that thing, and it was a mess. And in a good way.
I thought it was beautiful.
I was scared.
I was terrified.
Thank you. Thank you very much to...
Thank you, Bo, for allowing your brother...
Bo leave. Bo leave.
Thank you for keeping your brother's memory alive by doing this and giving us the story and telling it the way that he would have done it. We truly appreciate you and are also terrified at the same time, and we want more. So...
And also, you know what's really good about this? It's the fact that they are actually making Karrion Kross matter.
What?
Now listen to this. Check this theory out, and I'm sure our viewers might have heard this or seen it. Karrion Kross, whoever has interactions with them, turn to the dark side.
They do.
Go ahead, think about it. Think about it. Everyone he's feuded with this year, Shinsuke, The Miz, New Day, all turned heel.
Karrion, you are getting your comeuppance, my friend.
But keep it going. Keep it going.
We appreciate you. Now, finally, for Fans of the Year.
Ooh, and you guys deserve this.
You deserve this?
Deserve it.
All of it.
All of it.
We applaud you entirely. France. Just all of France. Just, man.
It was vibrating. You guys
tingles.
You guys really were probably the best fans.
Honestly, just put us all to shame. I wish we had that kind of oomph. So USA, you need to step up. Okay? They're making us look bad. Show love, show support, scream, yell, hoot, holler, do whatever it is you gotta do.
You guys are starting to become Japan. It's just not an insult.
It's not an insult.
Japanese wrestling is very silent.
It is.
But that's just
USA,
the culture.
Just do better.
Get the beers in you and start yelling.
Yeah. You know, and come on, WWE is about to move to Netflix on January 6th. Get live, people. Bring the noise. Bring the decimals. Come on. Well, I think we said all that we can say about this. Please definitely go to the comments right now and tell us what you thought your best moments were. If we missed one or two or five, go ahead, tell us. Let us know. We are here. This is a great conversation. This is how you get out there.
Yeah, don't worry about being wrong.
Yeah.
Just say what you gotta say.
Say what you gotta say, even if what you're saying is stupid.
And it might be stupid.
It might be real stupid.
Real dumb.
Gosh. Because if you sit here and say, "Oh my gosh, Chelsea Green was a breakout star,"
Chelsea Green is not a breakout star. She's a good star.
She's
not a breakout star.
Even though she broke parts of her body each time she debuted in the NXT main roster, then released, then came back, tried it again.
But it is nice that she won a belt. That is pretty cool.
Congratulations, Chelsea. You still did not make the honorable mention, but
it's a cool little thing.
Congrats. It should have been Zelina Vega, but that's an episode for another time. So with that being said, this is Keeks, Squeaks. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, people.
Happy New Year, people. Get it together. Come back. We'll see you in the new year. 2025. Make it good.